It's January. Time to put on the Cousin Eddie winter hat and grab yourself a winter IPA.
Glen's been drinking beer for decades and never really had a taste for Belgian beers. I'm going to do my best to change his mind.
Not likely, but we'll find out. From Cheshire Brewing in Elkins Park, along with Andrew Colligan, I'm Glen Macnow for a new episode of What's Brewing. So we've had the pleasure of visiting some great Montgomery County breweries this season. Love the beer, love the food, love the atmosphere. Tessa Robinson, tell us about what's new with Monco Make.
Yes, so we recently had a passport refresh last year. We have new prizes coming your way that you can win when you visited all of the breweries. And we also are adding new breweries every day, every month. So keep an eye out for new locations to visit.
I love it. How do people find the passport?
Go to montcomakers.com. It's very easy. You input some information. It's a free download. Add it to your home screen, and then you can view it whenever you need.
Fun times. Monco Makers Passport. I use it. You should too. Hey, welcome to What's Brewing, brought to you by Valley Forge in Montgomery County. I'm Glen Macnow, joined by my pal Andrew Colligan, head of sales. He wears it on his shirt. Conshohocken Brewing Company. We are here at a really fun place in Elkins Park, right by the train station. Cheshire Brewing, attached to this great market. We'll tell you more about that as we go along. But our show this year, as you know, every week we're focusing on a different country. And, well, I drew the short straw today because it's Belgium. Actually, we are drinking some of their Belgians here at Cheshire. What do you have?
I have their Queen's Royal Reserve Belgian-style triple. Darn good.
There you go. I got the Caterpillar's advice of 5.6%. It's okay. I mean, it's a great beer. It's not my style. Andrew, here's the thing.
Sure.
You know I love IPAs, New England's, West Coast. I like lagers and pilsners and stouts. I love a brown ale. I love a red ale. I love all of them, okay?
Absolutely.
A cream ale. I love them all. I've never developed a taste for Belgians. You think in the next 5 minutes you can persuade me?
I would do my best, and I think that you really need to give them a shot. So
okay.
let's say if,
I'm game. Let's do it.
If the Germans are the, let's say, the engineers of the brewing world,
yeah,
the Belgians are the artists. And these guys paint with this beautiful palette of all these different styles and beers.
See, it's usually that yeasty, the kind of the one that's in most Belgians that I've just never come to like.
Well, the yeast plays such an important part in especially Belgian-style beers, and it's really a really big focus on that overall flavor profile.
All right, so what is this?
I'm going to start you off with Duvel, the Devil.
Yeah.
Brought to our friends from Chris, Dan, and Mark over at Wegmans. I picked this guy up.
Okay, nice. This is a classic, right?
Oh,
this is one of the biggies.
Speaking of classics, Michael Jackson, the classic beer writer.
You don't have to pour that much, all right?
He called this one of the top 5 beers in the entire world.
Yeah, well, which is going to make me feel like more of a schmo, and I don't like it.
This falls in the category of a, let's say, a strong golden pale ale, right?
Oh, I like the golden pale ale.
Well, it's hopped with Styrian Goldings and Saaz hops, these classic Czech hops. It's got big hop aroma and flavor. It packs a little bit of a punch. You know, it's early January. It's a little chilly outside. 8.5%. Yeah, top 5 beers in the world, according to one of the guys that really knows it.
Yeah, no. I mean, you talk a good game with this and then the whole thing and Michael Jackson, not the singer, the beer guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's again, I get the aftertaste in my nose that I've just never liked in a beer. I'm a heathen. What am I going to tell you? All right, what's next?
Well, if that didn't work, I'm going to try one of these. So, in the next style of Belgian beers, we have the Saison
beauty.
Or farmhouse ales,
yes,
right?
we showed that a couple weeks ago. We didn't drink it, but we showed it when we were doing like celebration, like what to bring to a New Year's Eve party, and that would be good.
You might have shown
if
the
you
traditional.
can open it before New Year's Eve. There you go. Nicely done.
I'm a pro at this.
Okay.
Come on. So this is a Bec Les Bons Vœux from Saison du Pont, which in French means best wishes. So very specific beer made for the holidays, made to celebrate the new year. Again, Saison, farmhouse style. Those yeasty esters are going to really come through big time. Farmhousey.
So I'm so sorry. No. Yeah, see, you like the funk. I don't like the funk.
It's certainly got a little bit of funk to it.
It's got a funk city.
All right, so those two didn't work.
We got time for 2 more. Give me one I'm going to like.
I got to try this one. All right.
All right.
This beer introduced many Americans to what Belgian beers are. So this is Lindemans. I'm very, very lucky to have been able to visit the Lindemans Brewery.
Wow, la-di-da.
Hey, what can I say? This is their Framboise, right? My favorite from these guys is their classic Goose, Cuvée Rennais.
Yeah.
A Goose is a blend of 3 different years
Looks like
of
a bottle
lambic.
of 7-Up.
It's beautiful. It took 3 years just to make this one beer, blending of 3 different years of actual Belgian
But we don't
lambic.
get to drink that one. We're drinking this one.
That one I think would be a little bit too intensely sour that you really would not enjoy it at all. So what I'm going to try and do is show you this
Give
one.
me the starter beer.
I wouldn't say starter, but it is a beautiful introductory beer to Belgian beers, right?
I like it. There you go.
So we're taking a lambic. It's a little bit younger. It's not as tart or funky
look at that
or
color,
acidic.
man.
And then they add thousands of pounds of real actual raspberries to it to make that Framboise.
It literally smells like fresh raspberry. Okay, it's not like raspberry candy. It's raspberry smell.
Very much so. Real raspberry. It's tart. It's a little bit fruity. It's sweet. Just perfect for the holidays. Pairs beautifully with a nice dessert.
No, that I like. Now, again, this is not in my regular rotation. I don't think it's probably supposed to be.
Sure.
But if you and I are together, you know, like a nice celebration or something.
It's a treat. And that's one of the nice
we're going
things
to share
about
one of these. I would do that.
Belgian beers. I really feel like a lot of times they fall into that category, right? They're
All right, you
bigger,
got me
they're
with
bolder.
that one. All right, let's do one more.
One more. Oh my gosh! Now you're really putting me to the test here. This one is one of those classic Trappist ales. So the Trappists, the monks in the abbeys throughout Belgium, actually make beers. And one of the cool things about those is that they're dedicating to their craft. These guys have been doing it for hundreds, if not thousands, of years. So this is Chimay that we got from our buddy Jim Martin at Lower Merion Beverage.
Love Jim Martin.
This is their Grand Reserve. So if you want something that's a classic reserve, this one's not going to have as many of those funky, estery, tart, farmhousey notes as the Saison and some of the other ones. But it's big, it's bold, malty, roasty.
So I'm good with this one. Okay, this Chimay. And again, it's me. Everybody's got what they like. I'm not right or wrong.
Sure.
But I don't like the Belgian aftertaste. But you, my friend, have shown me 2 Belgians that I like. By the way, some Belgian style, can we call them Belgians, made in the United States? This is Troegs Jovial.
That's a classic. Belgian style, we have to call them because they're not actually made in Belgium.
Sure, and this is Omegang, 3 Philosophers, quad. Real quickly, what's a quad, triple, double?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It goes all the way back, harkens back to the classic of Belgian categorizing of, let's say, how strong or stout that beer is, right? So it could be a single, it could be a double, could be a triple, could be a quad. And a lot of times you're based on about more malt and therefore more alcohol. That quad from 3 Philosophers, I think, clocks in at a little bit over almost 10%. So.
All right. Well, you got me with this lambic.
How about that?
I like that. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Speaking of Jim, let's go to Lower Merion Beverage Company, find out what Jim Martin's got on his mind today.
Hi, Glenn. Today at Lower Merion Beverage Company, we want to talk about one of the beers that's gotten me excited about beer. That is the Flanders Red Ale. It is a Belgian sour ale that uses special yeasts and is aged long-term in a cask to provide a very fruity yet complex flavor. Here at Lower Merion Beverage Company, we carry the Duchess, Rodenbach, and a special beer that's brewed for Monk's Cafe in Philadelphia, their sour ale. So come on down to Lower Merion Beverage Company off Route 30 in Ardmore, Pennsylvania, and let us help you find the right beer for the right occasion.
This island is our home. Here, the rhythm of life is set to the ebb and flow of the tides. From sunrise serve sessions to sunset clam bakes, every moment is a shared experience among locals and visitors. A place where time slows down and problems are left behind as we cross over the causeway. Whether LBI is a summer colony to you, your home, or maybe you've never had the chance to visit, this is our way of capturing the essence of our island home for you to experience. We invite you to crack open a can and raise a glass as we celebrate the spirit of Long Beach Island with LBI Lager. Island inspired, brewed for the beach, enjoyed everywhere.
Welcome back to What's Brewing. He's Andrew Colligan, head of sales at Contract and Brewing. I'm Glen Macnow. We are at Cheshire Brewing in Elkins Park. It's right by the train station here. There's so much going on in Montgomery County, Elkins Park, with breweries, fun restaurants, places to shop, places to go. Make sure that you find your way up here. And by the way, we are drinking some of the fine beers here at Cheshire Brewing. I am drinking their Tide Wilder New England IPA. You know, it's always my favorite
100%.
style.
And I'm always classic West Coast style guy. So this is their off with your head West Coast style IPA.
They got a good theme going there. All right. It is winter, thus I pull out my Cousin Eddie hat. And so I want to do a swap of winter IPAs because it's a thing. So I asked you, Andrew, Would you define a winter IPA?
Yeah, it's really simple, and I have a nice classic line for this. So it's an IPA that we brew during the winter time. So, I don't want to say unfortunate that there's not anything specific.
Thank you for illuminating me on that one.
It's really that simple, at least for us. I think for a lot of local breweries, IPA is obviously the #1 style that sells for craft breweries.
Yeah.
We want something during the winter time. Here's your winter IPA.
It's a cold beer built for cold weather, citrus hopped forwards, oats, a touch of red malt, all that good
100%.
stuff. All right, so we're going to do our swap, and mine is where, by the way, my grandson gave me this for Father's Day. How sweet is that, right?
Very adorable.
This is Dock Street, speaking carefully, Zero Fox Given.
I like it.
It's a red IPA. You know, I like the red ales. So this is a red winter IPA.
So they're going to focus a little bit more on the malt here, making a red IPA. So, being that it's the winter time, they probably want to bulk it up a little bit, make it a little bit more robust malt bill, and hey, red IPA
and I've
makes
always,
sense.
listen, as much as I don't like yeasty beers, I like the English malty beers. We did an episode on that recently. I like that taste. I like that pub taste.
Me too. Hey, if you think about that, there's 4 different ingredients going into every beer ever made. Yeah. Hey, some folks on the yeast. This one, the malt and the hops definitely shine.
Let me tell you a little bit about this. 7% ABV. This is what they say. It's released once a year as a celebration of end-of-year holidays that bring families and friends together to enjoy good beer, food, and company. Rich caramel malts. There you go. Balance a robust hop profile, showcasing the most classic American hop varieties, notes of pine, citrus, and toasty caramel.
There you go.
What are you giving me?
You really won't be giving a fox after having a couple of those, Our offering from Conshohocken Brewing Company, 2-hour delay, which plays into the nostalgia of, when waking up on a snowy morning and not be able to make it into school.
When you had to listen to KYW, right? And they would do the 451, 452. It's like, please, 455, please give it to me.
With online learning and all that, it's not exactly as big a deal nowadays. Kids aren't missing school as much, but I'll tell you what, it's that fun nostalgia, and I absolutely love it.
That's great. It's great.
So this one's a really unique one from us. We really highlight a very specific hop variety in this one called Sabro, which, if you can imagine it, notes of peach gummy candy, coconut, tropical fruit flavors, which kind of makes you a nice, transport you away to a warmer place during the middle of the winter.
Love this beer. All right, so we asked the social media question this week. What's the best time to drink beer during the winter? I don't ski anymore. I used to. I would love to come off the slopes. You're all sweated up. You go in there and have a nice cold beer in the lodge. I was a big sucker for that. What about you?
I only make it to the lodge. I don't actually ever make it to skiing there. But for me, it's sharing a special beer during the holidays, especially when you get together with friends or family that maybe you don't see as much as you would like during the year, and cracking open that special bottle you've been saving all year and just enjoying time with friends and family over the holidays. So.
Here's some of the best ones we got. Philly fan, at SoccerDadPA on Twitter says, after cutting down the Christmas tree at Shady Brook Tree Farms, getting back to the fire pits with the kids, they have a hot chocolate, I have a cold beer.
I was just there on Sunday last week. I'll tell you when you talk about for the light show, the drive-through light show. Took my daughter there for the first time. What an amazing, amazing place over there at Shady Brook.
Kurt Sminky. A few cold Labatt's after playing ice hockey is a wonderful thing. I, again, played a lot of hockey and pond hockey.
Well, if you can't have a Jonesy hockey lager, I guess Labatt will do the trick,
I have one of those around here somewhere. Actually, Jonesy hockey lager is perfect for that. Dave Middleton on Facebook. I always love bringing a few beers out, sticking them in the snow while shoveling. Have one and pass out to neighbors.
I love that. I don't know if you saw that picture that I sent you, but of me and my homebrew buddy sticking the beers in the snow during a homebrew day.
Actually, we're going to show that picture right now. Yeah. Look at that.
That's built-in refrigeration right there.
I love that. The Real Martin on Twitter says, it was President's Day weekend tradition to go cabin camping. When I was younger, we would make a campfire, dig out a fire ring. Once we got it going, the beers would flow.
Hey, that sounds perfect. Light a fire and enjoy some Rauch beer, maybe some smoked beers alongside it.
And finally, Andy on Twitter, at a mountain lookout along the Appalachian Trail, not far from where Sam Adams is brewed in Pennsylvania. And this is a sunrise beer, and here's a picture of that. Man, Andy is winning the day. Nice for you. All right, brings us to our photo contest. So here's the deal. Because of the timing in which we shoot these episodes, we don't have a winner this week. We got to push that back a week. But we do have a contest, and it all relates to this. We need a picture of you and beer and winter. Be creative. Any of the things we just said. Chopping down the Christmas tree. How about this? This could be a winner. A snowman. I don't know if there's going to be snow when we run this episode. There never is.
Let's hope.
But if there were, a snowman holding a beer.
Sounds pretty perfect to me. Frosty the Snowman, enjoying a nice cold one. How about it?
Right. Send it to @RealGlenMacnow on Twitter, Glen Macnow on Facebook or Instagram, or I don't know, all of them. I'm on every single damn one. or at What's Brewing PA, and you too could be a winner. All right, coming up, you and I are going. Well, I'm going to lose the stupid hat. We're going to look. That's here.
That's
all
a nice
yours.
one.
We're gonna look into the future and tell you what beer trends you can expect in 2025 from Cheshire Brewing. Yikes, you are him. In Elkins Park, Andrew Colligan, Glen Macnow. What's Brewing? Hey Andrew, as we're here reminiscing about 10 years of Conshohocken Brewing Company, which of our 4 great spaces is your favorite?
How about right here in KOP, our main production brewery with event space for any occasion?
Great start, but how about our Conchi tap room right along the Schuylkill River Trail?
A true original, our classic go-to, and super chill vibes over there on East Elm.
Well, now we're talking. Now, Puddler's Kitchen and Tap in Bridgeport, a favorite of mine, including our great sports fundraising events.
And no matter the occasion, Puddler's Kitchen and Tap has the perfect space. Great beer, good food, and spirits.
Let's finish strong. Rec Room, my favorite spot for games and live music.
Yeah, directly across from the Colonial Theater in the heart of Phoenixville. Rec Room is always lively. Great event spaces too.
With fresh beer, delicious food, full bars, and a variety of unique spaces to host any size gathering or event, Conshohocken Brewing Company has something for everyone. Hey, welcome back to What's Brewing. He's Andrew Colligan. I'm Glen Macnow. We're at Cheshire Brewing in Elkins Park, right across from High School Park. Fun place. Make sure, by the way, to sign up for Monco Maker's Passport, a free mobile pass that takes you to the best breweries in Montgomery County, many of which you will see us visiting during this season. I am drinking a Lime Time Mexican lager. Fan of the Mexican lager?
How about that? And I have their Looking Glass lager, rather apropos with the Cheshire Brewing Company and Alice in Wonderland theme.
Ooh, this does have a hint of lime to it.
How about that?
You know what? It's working. Good stuff. And that brings us to our predictions for 2025. And I want you to go first because I know you have one that specifically addresses this kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. So the big 3 for me that I would say. Number 1.
Just give me one, and then we'll go back and forth.
Makes sense. Lagers. Lagers have been a thing for the last couple of years. They're going to continue to be a thing. Beer drinkers tend to get a little bit on the older side. Myself, I'm not a young man anymore. I like to have a nice, easy drinking lager, low ABV, especially Czech style lagers. They're hot right now, especially in the Philadelphia area. Nice, easy drinking Czech lager.
So you're telling me that, what we've seen over the last 15 years, IPAs, lagers, like, oh my God, there's going to be an intersection?
It's coming darn close, I'll tell you what.
Is it really?
It really is. For
wow.
the first time ever last year, Ring the Bell, our American lager, actually overtook Type A IPA to become our #1 selling beer last year.
Wow. Are we still selling a great sports debate?
Well, talk about fantastic lagers. How about that?
There you go.
Nice plug.
Work that baby in. All right, here's my first one. An increase in dessert beers. I read a piece in the New York Times that Gen Z are very big on candy bars and the candies of their youth. The story was actually about how restaurants are having their desserts go to like specific candies.
Interesting.
I found a Twix beer. I found online a Butterfinger beer, a Kit Kat dessert lager, a Gummy Worms beer. Not exactly the same, but the Rita's Water Ice thing that's been so popular.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We do this one with Asher's, right?
Yeah, this is a fun brand new one from us, of our fantastic friends and partners at Asher's Chocolate Company. This is our Chocolate Imperial Stout.
And so breweries are marketing to what they call kidults, which are adults who like to indulge in the products of their youth. So you're going to see more candy bar beers. For better or worse. All right, what's your second one?
That plays right into what, my second prediction. So more and more breweries are going to start looking to strategically partner with things that aren't traditionally beers or other breweries, right? So fantastic partnership with local chocolate companies like Asher's.
Right.
A really fun sneak peek for one that we just did with the fantastic folks at Bassett's Ice Cream.
Let me tell you, Bassett's Ice Cream is one of the great Philadelphia institutions. I've more than a few times had, and we did a show on this, beer floats with Bassett's Ice Cream. Just put the whole thing in a can, I'm ready.
Bassett's Vanilla IPA.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice Cream IPA from Conshohocken Brewing Company. Just look for that very, very soon. So another cool partnership. And again, looking to explore different ways we can make beer that ties in some other fun concepts.
And I think this is a real national trend of local breweries wanting to kind of show their local connections with doing these collaborations. I think
100%.
it's a very smart thing.
Very much.
All right, this one interested me, and I want your take on it. And for better or worse, I'm going to call it functional beer. Beer, as we said, is water, yeast, hops, malt. Plus,
Oh boy.
something else now designed to be good for you. Now, you can't market like, oh, this beer is healthy for you, because it's beer. We know what it is.
Sure.
But functional beer is beer developed with ingredients from electrolytes to this one that I didn't even know what, extra vitamin C or spirulina. You familiar with spirulina?
Can't say I am. No.
Spirulina is a type of blue-green algae rich in protein, vitamins, minerals, carotenoids, and antioxidants that help protect your cells from damage. So you put it right in the beer.
Yeah.
Functional beer is part of a larger, better-for-you movement going on everything.
Sure.
Right? And so you're going to see more of these functional beers.
Well, I guess all the damage I'm already doing to my cells with
Yes.
the beer itself.
There
Why
you
not
go.
try and
Just
recoup
put
a little bit of that?
what did I say they were? Spirulina. Put that spirulina in
Sure,
there.
yeah.
You're great, baby.
I think I could use a little bit of extra
All right,
spirulina.
you got one more?
So, yeah, the last one for me is just that the beer market is getting competitive, and everybody, especially your smaller brewers, is going to look to really streamline their operations. The market itself is getting a little bit smaller, so
Yeah.
you have to see that everyone is going to become hyper competitive and streamline their operations.
Well, we've seen a couple local places
Yeah.
make changes and layoffs, right? Can you speak to
100%.
that?
Yeah, Imprint, unfortunately, is the big one that just caught a lot of news recently. Those guys, I guess, laid off their brewing team,
Yeah.
from what I saw,
Yeah.
and they're going to be pushing their operations off-site, but also at a future date. So right before the holidays, unfortunately, let go a lot of their staff there. Free Will is another one. Let go of their longtime barrel master and
Yeah.
blender there. So
Yeah, it's tough to see.
Yeah.
There was so much buildup over the last 10, 15 years that there's got to be some fallout, and I think we are starting to see that. All right, coming up, we're going to talk to Jerry Benedict, who runs this place. It's a brewery, and it's a market. It's a lot of fun. With Andrew Colligan, I'm Glen Macnow from Cheshire Brewing in Elkins Park on What's Brewing. Hey, welcome back to What's Brewing. I'm Glen Macnow, joined by Andrew Colligan, the Cheshire Brewing Company. And What's Brewing is brought to you by Valley Forge in Montgomery County. Speaking of which, we are here in Elkins Park, one of the great towns here, and we are joined here by Jerry Benedict, who is the owner of Cheshire Brewing. It's more than that, though. It's this whole market. Tell us a little bit about the market as we enjoy these beers. By the way, I've got a pineapple cider that you guys carry, which is very refreshing. What do you have, Andrew?
Pleasant Precognition Porter. I can't tell you what that means, but it's darn good beer.
Is that a Alice in Wonderland reference?
It is.
There you go.
Yep.
I missed that
And
one.
I'm drinking the Tide Wilder.
Oh, there you go.
Love the hazies.
Okay, so you brought in this brewery into this marketplace when?
So we bought the building in July of 19, but we formally opened in August of 2020.
Perfect time.
Yeah, wonderful time.
Best time to open
We're
up a
almost
bar and
right there.
restaurant. Yep.
And explain kind of what the market is, because people can see behind us. There's more. There's a bar here, and there's places serving beer, but there's all these places back there.
Yeah, so the concept really was to try to develop a mini Reading terminal market. So a marketplace where there's different vendors locally sourced. On the weekends, we actually have pop-up vendors, so small little vendors can rent little booths and they can come and sell things. But really, the whole premise of the building, previously it used to be the Creekside Co-op, which was a community-owned supermarket, and for years this was really the centerpiece and main, I would say, hangout area of a lot of folks in the neighborhood.
Staple
and
of the community.
Staple,
right?
yep.
Yeah.
So as it closed down, we looked at it as an opportunity to kind of re-energize the building and open it up in a different framework, still keeping that community-centric mentality and really trying to bring in different things that could bring the community together. So we sponsor all the local teams, a lot of the fire departments, a lot of different groups locally where really our goal, like after soccer practice, it's a place where somebody can come and bring their family, grab something to eat from one of our vendors if they wanted to have a beer.
What brings people better together than fantastic food and awesome beer, you know?
All right, so speaking of the food, you did serve, we've got some here from some of your vendors. Let's start with this. What do we got there? Andrew?
That
please.
looks to be like a buffalo chicken cheesesteak to me. Oh, thank you.
Jerry?
Is this whole thing for me, by the way?
Yeah. I'm
Oh, you're gonna have some.
Take
All
that.
right.
I'm-
Little fried onions on that
Okay.
bad boy. Why not?
And this is, who makes this here?
So that is Creekside Restaurant and Deli.
Okay.
Really nice.
This is good.
A little hotter than I expected. On live TV too.
So you, please, let's get a shot of that.
Woo! Hey now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's warming me up a
Turn
little
eight shades of red.
Ice cold beer.
Should I do another bite on TV? Is the question.
You've got a great Vietnamese place here, right?
That's Angie's Vietnamese.
She's
Okay.
new here.
Yep. Just started. She's been in business for 4 years though.
This is a banh mi, which is a Vietnamese style hoagie. This is the barbecued pork.
And what's this over here we got?
Belly bites over pickled cucumber salad.
Oh, that looks pretty fantastic. Very unique.
Pretty good, right there.
And the other one is a rice paper dumpling.
Right, you got it, man.
How
Look
about
at
that?
you. Wow.
God, what can I say? You
All
know,
that
I'm
good
a,
stuff you know.
I'm a fan. Please let me try that.
All right, here you go.
Got a peanut sauce here too.
There you go. Dig in.
That looks amazing.
All right, so people want to come here. Give me your hours.
Yep. Our hours, we're open Tuesday through Sunday. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're open 10 a.m. To 10 p.m. And then Thursday, we're open till 11.
Oh.
Friday, Saturday, we
So I can come here for lunch. I can come here for dinner. As you said, take the kids after practice, whatever.
come
Great
watch a
crowd for
football-
lunch here too. You know.
Yeah.
Come watch a football game.
Come watch a game. You got the games on
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah, you do have a lot of good TVs around.
Let's
All
go
right.
Birds or Flyers game. You know,
Yes.
or Phillies during baseball
Sit at
season.
the bar and enjoy some Vietnamese food and a fine beer. Jerry, it's been great having you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you bringing us out here.
Very much
Andrew,
appreciate it. Thanks
always
so
a
much.
pleasure to see you, my friend. And
you,
we
Glenn.
will see you next week for an all-new episode of What's Brewing.